Sunny, the BCCI Council today argued that if Mr. N. Srinivasan has conflict of interest, well then various other people have conflict of interest. They mentioned your names, Ravi Shastri's name, Krish Shrikant, Saurav Ganguly, various other names. How would you explain this conflict of interest, this charge that has been pressed by the BCCI?
Nikhil, to be honest, I wasn't in court. I was busy doing the commentary for the test match, so I wasn't aware of the exact nature of the argument. But all I can say is, look, I am not at the moment in any way connected with the BCCI in any administrative post. I think the last administrative post I had with the BCCI was the chairmanship of the technical committee. I think that was till 2008 or 2009 maybe. And after that I've had no connection. The only connection obviously of course has been when the Honorable Supreme Court appointed me as the interim president of the IPL in April-May this year. But apart from that, I don't have anything to do with the administration of the BCCI.
Okay, you're saying that at the moment, because the particular clause they're looking at has to be that you have to be an administrator and also have commercial interest. You're saying that you have no administrative position in the BCCI at the moment, but do you think the BCCI argument today is in retrospect? They're talking about from the time that you were part of the IPL governing council and also doing commentary in the IPL?
As I said, I don't know the exact nature of the argument or the context in which it has been spoken about. So I really won't be able to say much, excepting that all I can say is that ours was an appointed. Mine was. I can't speak for the others, obviously. Mine was an appointed, position, even in the IPL governing council. It was not something that you had to fight an election for. Mine was just an appointed position, appointed by the BCCI. Yes.
Okay, then since you're making it very clear you hold no administrative position in the BCCI and then thereby there is no conflict of interest, if you have any commercial interest in the IPL, then are you surprised the BCCI chose to drag your name in court then?
No, again, I don't know what the context of the argument is, but the way I look at it is that currently I've got no administrative position with the BCCI, and any administrative position that I held in the past with the BCCI was something that the BCCI appointed me for, and not something that I stood for elections. So that I think would be the difference as I see it.
Okay, the one other issue that has often been raised in the media, with regards to you is that you have an existing contract with the BCCI and that, you're compensated by the BCCI. Would you like to throw some light on that? And does that qualify as conflict of interest then, you being a commentator and also being on the BCCI roles?
No, I don't have a BCCI role. So mine is a contract with the BCCI. BCCI has got a production, in-house production department, just like you have, for example, say the TWI or the IMG, which has got in-house production, and they contract commentators. Similarly, the BCCI has contracted the BCCI in-house production has contracted not just me, but they have got technical guys, the cameramen, the directors. They have contracted them because it's a proper full-blown production house that the BCCI has. Earlier on, the BCCI used to give the production of the pictures, which were then telecast to the rest of the world, to a different company, and that company in turn would charge the BCCI an X amount, and then sign up commentators, directors, cameramen, sound guys, sound recordists. All these guys were done by that company. Now the BCCI is doing it on its own. It's got its own production house, and it's with that production house that I have a contract. So, just like I would have a contract with that other company, right. I now have a contract with the BCCI.
Right. Sunny bhai, finally, before I let you go, the entire issue is with regards to Mr. N. Srinivasan and his conflict of interest. And the court has taken a very, very strong view to this, going on to say that if you have commercial interest in the IPL, there is no way that you can fulfill your duty as an administrator. You cannot be honest to the game then. How do you view this situation that the BCCI president in exile finds himself in?
Well, I think all that so far we've been hearing really are observations. that the court is making. I think we need to wait for the full judgment to come through, the full judgment, in writing. Sometimes as I understand it, when the lawyers are arguing their cases, the honorable judges come and ask a question, make an observation, and I think this is an observation. At the end after all the hearings from different lawyers, when they give a judgment is when we'll actually know what we've got to go by. At the moment, the way I see it is these are all observations.